Ambassador Zethkri's four eyes widened in horror as she reviewed the planetary classification report for the third time. The data streams flowing across her translucent display confirmed what the Galactic Council's xenobiologists had discovered. The species calling themselves humans had evolved on a Class 12 Deathworld. "This cannot be accurate," she whispered to her aide, Mortok, who stood rigid beside her observation deck. Through the reinforced viewing portal, they watched the human delegation's ship dock with the orbital station. No sentient species has ever survived a Class 12 environment. The highest recorded survival was Class 7, and those beings required environmental suits just to exist. Mortok's tentacles quivered nervously. "The scans are conclusive, Ambassador. Their homeworld experiences gravitational force 1.7 times standard, atmospheric composition that would be toxic to 90% of known species, and weather patterns that include electrical storms, frozen precipitation, and temperature fluctuations that span 80 degrees in their measurement system." Zethkri felt her respiratory organs constrict. The humans had been discovered only cycles ago, and now they sought membership in the Galactic Council. Standard protocol demanded a full assessment of any species' homeworld before consideration. What they had found defied every biological principle known to science. "And they call this planet Earth?" she asked, pronouncing the harsh syllables with difficulty. "Correct. But Ambassador, there's more." Mortok's display shifted, showing detailed biological scans. "They don't just survive on this death world, they thrive. Their bodies produce their own heat regulation, their skeletal structure is designed to withstand tremendous pressure, and their muscular density is unlike anything we've cataloged." The docking bay doors hissed open, and the human delegation emerged. Zethkri watched in fascination as they moved with fluid grace, despite the station's artificial gravity being significantly lower than their homeworld standard. The lead human, introduced as Captain Sarah Chen, stood barely 1.8 meters tall, diminutive by galactic standards, yet carried herself with the confidence of an apex predator. "Honored Ambassador," Captain Chen said, her translator rendering her words in perfect council standard. "We're grateful for this opportunity to address the council." Zethkri studied the human's biometric readings streaming across her peripheral vision. Heart rate, elevated but controlled. Stress hormones, present but manageable. Most remarkably, the human showed no signs of environmental distress despite being in a completely alien atmosphere. "Captain Chen," Zethkri began carefully, "we've conducted preliminary surveys of your homeworld. Our findings are concerning. How does your species manage to survive in such hostile conditions?" A strange expression crossed the human's face. What their files indicated was called a smile. It seemed both peaceful and slightly predatory. "Hostile?" Captain Chen tilted her head. "Ambassador, I think there might be some misunderstanding. Earth isn't hostile to us. It's home. Every challenge you've identified in your scans represents an opportunity for adaptation and growth." Mortok stepped forward, his display projecting holographic images of Earth's surface. "Captain, your planet experiences seismic activity that would level our cities, storms that generate electrical discharges powerful enough to destroy starships, and temperature variations that would kill most species within moments." "You're talking about earthquakes, lightning, and weather," Captain Chen replied, her tone suggesting mild amusement. "Yes, we've learned to live with them. Earthquakes taught us flexible architecture, lightning storms gave us electricity and scientific curiosity. Weather variations made us adaptable." Zethkri felt a chill that had nothing to do with the station's climate control. "Your species views these catastrophic events as beneficial?" "Not beneficial exactly, but educational." The human paused, seeming to consider her words. "Ambassador, may I ask about your homeworld?" "Cythera Prime maintains stable atmospheric conditions, consistent temperature, and geological stability," Zethkri replied proudly. "We've achieved perfect environmental harmony." "That sounds wonderful," Captain Chen said, though her biometric readings suggested something more complex than simple admiration. "But if I may ask, What happens when something disrupts that harmony? How do your people respond to unexpected challenges? The question hung in the recycled air like a toxin. Zethkri realized with growing unease that she didn't have an answer. Scytheran society had developed elaborate systems to prevent disruption, to maintain stability, to avoid challenges altogether. Your species, Mortak interjected, regularly engages in activities our databases classify as extreme risk behaviors. You deliberately expose yourselves to dangerous environments for recreation. Captain Chen's smile widened. We call it adventure. Rock climbing, deep-sea diving, skydiving. These activities remind us what we're capable of. They keep us sharp. But why would you need to remain sharp? Zethkri asked. Because challenges never stop coming, the human replied simply. Our planet taught us that survival isn't about avoiding problems, it's about solving them. Every volcanic eruption, every hurricane, every ice age made us stronger, more creative, more resilient. Zethkri accessed her species' historical records, searching for parallels. The Scytherans had faced one major crisis in their recorded history, a solar flare that disrupted their planetary climate control system. The resulting chaos had nearly destroyed their civilization. It took them centuries to recover, and they'd spent millennia ensuring such a disruption could never happen again. Captain, she said slowly, what would your people do if your homeworld's climate systems failed? Build new ones, came the immediate reply. Adapt to the changes. Explore other worlds if necessary. Humans don't wait for rescue. We create solutions. The implications crashed over Zethkri like one of Earth's infamous tsunamis. While other species had achieved stability by controlling their environments, humans had achieved something far more valuable: independence from environmental control. They carried their resilience within them. Your people, she said, her voice barely above a whisper, have been preparing for galactic expansion their entire evolutionary history. Captain Chen nodded. Earth didn't just make us survivors, Ambassador. It made us explorers. Every Deathworld in the galaxy looks like opportunity to us. Every impossible challenge looks like a puzzle waiting to be solved. As Zethkri prepared her recommendation to the Galactic Council, she realized that humanity's membership application represented more than diplomatic protocol. These beings from their Deathworld, their home, might just be the key to galactic civilization's survival in an uncertain universe. After all, when the next cosmic crisis arrived, the galaxy would need a species that didn't just endure catastrophe, they thrived in it.